Now that we've started to build a properly advanced army, it's time to start looking around the map for our opponent's base. I said before, StarCraft is a game about fighting your opponent. Let's do some fighting. In order to do that, first I need to select a bunch of my units at once, which we already know how to do. Hold down the left mouse button and draw a big green box. I'm just going to select a few Marines for now. Now we know how to move our units around. If I right-click on the ground, the Marines will all head there. If I right-click over here, the Marines will head over there. But there's a problem. Because I'm right-clicking on the ground, I'm issuing a move command. And the move command is a kind of a problem when we want to fight. Because if you issue a move command, your units will head to the position you targeted, and they'll ignore any enemies on the way. Inside my base, that doesn't matter much, there are no enemies in here. But if I right-click on the far right-hand side of the map, and my Marines head over to the far right-hand side of the map, and there were enemies in the middle of the map, they would have just run past those enemies, not tried to defend themselves, and would have died. That's not very good. I don't want that to happen. I want my Marines to actually fight enemies should they find any. In order to do that, we're going to need to issue a different command, the attack command, and specifically a variant of it which is almost always called attack move by StarCraft players. If we look on the command card, there is a command, attack. If I left-click this, I get to select a location. And if I left-click on the ground, well, it looks pretty much the same as if I right-clicked, the Marines just head to that position. But if you issue an attack command targeted on the ground specifically, then your units will head to that location and they will fight enemies that they see along the way. So left-click attack, left-click on the ground, and the Marines will head to the position that you targeted. So far, we're not seeing any enemies, but we need to move further out onto the map. Now, I can keep left-clicking this button and then left-clicking on the ground, but another way to do it is to press the A key on my keyboard. If I press A on my keyboard, which I'm going to do now, A, and then I left-click on the ground, then the Marines also move to this location. I've done exactly the same thing. I've issued an attack command, but I did it by pressing a key on my keyboard instead of by left-clicking a button on the command card. So I'm going to do that again. A, left-click. A, left-click. A, left-click. And we're going to keep moving like this. A left-click, a left-click. And telling our Marines to head around the map. And eventually we want them to head to the top left position on the map, because if you look at this map, my base is in the bottom right. So my enemy is almost certainly in the top left. StarCraft maps are very often symmetrical. So A click, A click, A click, and we found the enemy base. There's some enemy Marines here. And our Marines are fighting theirs. Notice how the Marines that I was controlling fought the enemy Marines without me having to tell them to do anything special, because they were already on an A move command. I'd already issued an A move command to them, they automatically fought the stuff that they were dealing with. So they're working on destroying this enemy outpost over here. This isn't the enemy's main base, it's just one of their side bases. Well, not side base, but it's an exterior base, an outpost base. And I'm going to issue an A move command all the way to the top left so they'll find the enemy's real base and try to fight it. And now the Marines head up this ramp to where more enemy forces are waiting. How many enemies are there in here? Quite a few, it turns out. And my Marine force is running low. And the last of my Marines dies. So we made some progress. We killed one of the enemy's outposts. That's good for us. But there's still a main enemy base that we have not destroyed. So we've introduced simply moving an army around and attacking things so far. In future episodes, we're going to keep building up and getting ready to really deal with that enemy base.